In this video, I'm going to be teaching you a simple trick to become more resilient, even if you've gone through many challenging situations, and even if you didn't have any control in any of those things happening. Hello, today I'm going to be talking about resilience. Now, what is resilience? Well, resilience is about bouncing back just as strong after going through a tough situation or a negative event. Now, let's talk about what resilience isn't. Resilience is not letting yourself make the same mistake over and over and enduring the consequences just because you can. It's about allowing ourselves to grow. Before we jump in, if you could just do this one thing and subscribe to my channel, it would really encourage me to continue making these videos for you guys. Now, let's get back to the video. So we know what resilience isn't, and we know what it is, but how do we build it? Yes, it can increase over time, but does it just naturally develop the more negative experiences we go through? Is it just something that comes naturally to people? Are some people just naturally more resilient than others? I'm here to tell you that you can change your own story about what's happening in your environment to accelerate your growth and your development. Even if you went through some negative situations in which you had no control, you can still gain control. You don't have to be stuck in a victim mindset. It can be really tempting to tell ourselves that, oh, we were stuck in that situation, we had no choice, we had to go through it, that was really unfair that happened to us, wasn't that awful? I'm going to challenge you to allow yourself to think from a different perspective. And this is the perspective. I was lucky enough to get so many opportunities in my life to gain inner strength and develop my resilience. Now, doesn't that perspective sound way more empowering than the previous one? Try it for yourself. If you went through a situation recently in which you had no control over, I'd love to know how you dealt with it. What was the first thought that came to your mind? Were you doubting your abilities, or did you stay strong? Even if you don't have any control over certain aspects of a situation, it doesn't mean that you cannot use it as fuel to accelerate your growth. Resilience asks us to be brave and allow ourselves to think from different perspectives and think outside the box and overcome a situation that almost seems impossible. Through grit and determination, we can allow ourselves to develop into our most whole, full, and authentic self. We don't have to let life happen to us. We can let life happen for us by using our experiences as a rich source of self-empowerment and self-awareness. Sometimes these challenging situations actually tell us where our weak points are, where we really struggle, where we have the potential to develop. And that's exactly what weaknesses are. They are our potential that hasn't been realized yet. And by adopting this new mindset, we can see opportunities everywhere. I'd love to know in the comments below, what was your most recent challenging situation that you had to go through in which you had zero or minimal control? How did you get through it? And how can you reframe your perspective into a more resilient mindset? By being more resilient and by embodying this empowered state, we can not only elevate our own identity, but also uplift others around us and build stronger connections with our community, family, and friends. We have the opportunity to be truly inspirational. By overcoming our limitations, we send a message to the world that we are strong, that we can take it, that we do want to grow and develop. Now, next time you're in a tough spot, just remind yourself you're capable of more than you think. Just because you haven't gone through such a tough situation before doesn't mean that you cannot this time. Allow yourself to be strong. Allow yourself to be brave. Allow yourself to be courageous and think outside the box. Don't let your power be taken away by outside events and situations. Remind yourself that you are still in control here. You can still decide what that event means for you. You can decide whether that event brought you down into more of a victim or it uplifted you more into a stronger, more resilient self. I really hope that you gained some value from this video, and if you did, please like to let me know, and I hope to see you in my next one. Until then, stay well.